Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Blues 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long Blues 1975.
This is the Ninja Warriors on the Sega Mega CD, released by Sega, but only in Japan in 1993. And obviously, I'm playing this on my Megadrive Mini 2, so it's kind of cool that it's on here since it never got released over here, if you know what I mean. Anyway, as you well know, because you've seen a bunch of the gameplays I've done on this game, it's based on an arcade machine released in 1987 by Taito that had a really unique display, the same display tech that they used for Darius, where it was like a triple widescreen thing where it had one monitor in the middle and a projection either side to make it basically a really, really big and wide screen. I did see it in an arcade that's name I cannot remember, in a town I cannot remember, that was down the coast somewhere, in that place we used to go on holiday called Westward Ho, and as a kid, and they had Darius as well. But yeah, as a kid, seeing something with a display that big blew my mind. This reminds me of the music from Kickboxer. You know, the training montage, only this is 1987, so that means that Kickboxer nicked it from this. Anyway, so it's a side-scrolling 1 or 2 simultaneous player slash 'em up. You've also got shurikens. You scroll from left to right. Endless enemies come running at you, and yeah, you have to kick the shit out of them. But you're robotic ninjas. So, because ninjas were cool in the 80s, and so were robots, and I guess Terminator may have had a hand in this. So, yeah, you take damage, you can see bits of your robot bits, awkward, or cybernetics underneath. No other game really did that at the time, so that was its shtick, its gimmick, if you will, and it was really, really cool, because as I said, it was the 80s. We like robots, we like ninjas. The plot: so, in the dystopian future of 1993, the President of the United States of America, Bangla, has declared martial law nationwide, and there's a bunch of underground scientists who are anarchists, and they're led, it's got a fully voiced intro by the way, and they are led by Mulk. Apparently no one in this game has a real name, and they decide to revolt against the enemy, knowing full well that they themselves will not be able to do it, so they create these powerful robots, codename Konichi, that's the red female one apparently, and Ninja, the blue male. That's the best name you could come up with for the male, Ninja. Anyway, right, it was a pretty big hit. Don't know why this didn't get released in the West then, because it did get home ports on the micros by, I want to say, Virgin, but don't hold me to that. And they released it on the Spectrum, the Amstrad, and the Commodore 64, the Amiga, and the Atari ST. I have a gameplay of the Commodore 64 version, which is actually pretty decent, to be fair. And I have a gameplay of the Amiga version on my A500 Mini, which is a really good port. Brilliant music, but it's balls horrifically hard. There was also a PC Engine version that my older brother Jason actually had the original version of on his PC Engine back in the day, because I remember it. It had absolutely awesome box art. That's a really, really good port. Then there's a sequel of it as such. Is it Super Ninja Warriors? I don't know. Was it Ninja Warriors 2? Can't remember, but I have a gameplay of it on the SNES. And then there's a Reimagine HD reboot, whatever, version of that on the Switch, and I want to say PlayStation 4. So yeah, you know, doesn't reinvent the wheel or anything like that. Just, you know, cybernetic ninjas. Look, there they are, as eyes. Let's press start, see what options we have. Well, game start, options, zoom, data. That's the sound team. So I think if we go in here, is this just like an intro, or does this just give you all like the voice samples or clips? Because obviously they could do that, because it... Oh, shut up. Because obviously it's running off CD, which means you get an arranged new, basically, or the original soundtrack from the arcade. I've got a gameplay of it from the arcade. It is balls horrifically hard. It does have a rocking soundtrack. Options. So there you go. See, Kickboxer. You know, when he's the silhouette doing all the moves and stuff, and it's against the sky with the temples. That's irrelevant. So you can be Ninja, which is the bloke, or Kunichi. I don't know how to pronounce it. We're going to be Ninja. Right, we're going to go with easy because I want you to be able to see at least some of this game. Control pad, pattern 1. Kunai, Shuriken, no use. Original. Let's go with a range. And there we go. So let's get straight into it. It's not 2-player then on the Mega CD. That's a bit poor, really, because, you know, Final Fight and shit. So, yeah, fail. I have no idea how this reviewed, by the way. Probably because it never came out in the United Kingdom. Right, anyway. I like the fact whenever they do these mini consoles, right, couldn't you have got rid of the loading times? Anyway, help, bottom left, to the right of that, Shuriken, which is the first button, which I don't like. Top middle of the screen is my time. To the left of that is my time. Parallax. Nice big sprites. Looks like the arcade. It's not arcade perfect, obviously, but it's a very decent representation. As I always like to say, if you played this in the arcade, you would have been more than happy with this. This version, at least. PC Engine version's alright. Right. We're bordered as well, obviously, with letterbox, if you will, to, I guess, to kind of replicate the arcade. The music is the tits, but then you would expect it to be tits because it's a CD game. Anyway, if we are, these are, you know, the US Army, and they're led by the president, and then we're mowing these people down, one can't help but think one of my favourite, you know, jokes or lines from that Missile and Web thing, which is relevant here. Are we the baddies? Think about it. Right, so anyway, you got hack, standing up, hack. You can hack in the air. I don't know if that means, I don't like killing dogs. No, I don't know if that means some bosses require it. I've only ever really seen Stage 1 and Stage 2 on all versions that I have played. I cannot remember if I played the Spectre version. Animation is really, really nice. Oh yeah, the weird cybernetic monkeys wearing American football hats. That's not what they are, but that's what they look like to me. They're cool, they're huge. Oh, he's blocking. Thank you. That's what they look like. He's in up my time. There will be different guys attacking you, and their abilities, or their attacks, I should say, are basically denoted by the colour of the suit they're wearing. Listen to that. Jazz keyboard. Right. I like that. There is parallax there. Now here's the thing, right? Your sprites and the size and stuff like the animation, it's all cool and shit, right? The background's a bit bland. If you compare this to games, you know, like Streets of Rage, especially Streets of Rage 2, you're going to say it's not a looker compared to them. But the thing is, it's an arcade port. So if you start doing stuff that isn't in the arcade, then you're not the arcade, are you? That's accurate. I don't know this background graphics. They're in the arcade. So yeah. Could you have done better? Could you have done more? I don't think it had the hardware to do anything arcade perfect anyway, to be fair, because the arcade is a looker. But my point being, the Megadrive version, there's stuff fighting game-wise, although this is a slasher, that looks better. I could use my Shuriken. I think your Shuriken replenishes between stages, but I'm going to save them because there is a boss at the end. I think there's a boss. Can't remember who it is. Right. Anyway. So obviously the president's got access to, I think there's an entry to this on Wikipedia or something, genetic manipulation stuff, because that's where these weird fucking ape thingy American footballers come in. Right. I like the fact that I'm crawling along the floor, but they have to sprint to keep up with me. Right. Oh, the music's the tits. Right. I guess that would make. So I was trying to kill the bloke in the pimped up suit. You know, that's their speciality. Taito has a sound team. Pretty sure this is ported by SEGA though. I don't know. Right at the start when it boots up, I didn't show you that bit, it says that. Oh! Blue blokes bombs. There you go. It's like a Star Trek thing. I mean, they don't have ones that just exist to die. Well, they do exist to die because they are, but my bad. Obviously when you go white you take damage. The more damage I take, you can see it, my health obviously is depleting. That's when bits if you blow up, such as your chest, or your legs, otherwise known as your trousers, oi, and your head. So like I said, no idea. It was a cool gimmick. I mean, that's what it was, a gimmick. It doesn't aid the gameplay or anything like that, other than showing you that you're banged up without looking at your health bar. But nothing else did that, you know. So I liked it. Right. Come on, come on. Can't be much longer. He was going to run off. There we go. So the president's got ninjas, has he? Don't throw when she's off the screen, I remember that. Look. Oh, look at my head. Ah, oh, it's cold in here.
No damn way.
Oh, smoke bombs. Oh no, so she's still alive? Because she said no damn way. She said a potty word. Am I still banged up? Right, because I know my shuriken will reach it. I'm still banged up. But my health, look at that. That's cool. Right, so I'm banged up. But I have a full health bar. I like that. Let's see if we can get me... Well, I don't want to die. Or, you know, by just letting people pummel me so we can do it. I want to go full Terminator. Yoink. Right. It's certainly more forgiving than other ports. I'm looking at you, A500. Or Amiga version, I should say. So it's the A500 I played it on. But, to be fair, I am playing it on pussy, aren't I? Look at his jump! Look at his head! Walk like an Egyptian and shit. God, I'm taking a kick in. Tank, there's a tank. I know there's a tank. I always forget how to kill the tank. It's weird. It's like, am I doing damage? This is every version. You can see me play it on the Commodore 64. I think I made it crash, but I haven't got a clue. He'll come in, right, avoid that. Right, so, is he... Have I damaged him? I don't know. Right, you got to jump the turret. And then you got to get out of here. Yeah, have I damaged him? Because there was no noise or anything like that. Oh, I'm dead though. This is what I mean. It all starts. Get out. Yeah, it's a weird boss fight. It just doesn't feel like you're doing anything. I mean... It's accurate to the arcade. He's got no rubber winky. Give me... Oh, he is dead. Do you see what I mean though? There's no like screaming, he doesn't have a health bar. The tank's just gonna... He's dead, so the tank's just gonna keep going back. Shit, wrong button. Think of the damage he's gonna do. Right. Music is amazeballs. It really, really is. Bit more interesting background. I mean, like I was saying, you know, other games look better, but obviously there is variation in the stages. What I want to know is, the United States Air Force, what exactly is that on the back? You'll see it in a minute. How many continues have I got? I don't think there are any real differences. Unlike the version on the SNES, I should say, you know, the sequel, whatever, where each ninja has a different, you know, attribute and stuff like that, and characteristics, you know, defined by their weapons, I guess, to some degree. Don't really think there's any difference between Kunichi and Ninja. Seriously, that's the best name you could come up for male ninja. You may as well just call him male ninja. I think don't stand there, because to progress the game, you've got to be constantly moving. If you just stand still, I think the bad guys just constantly come at you. Oh shit, pressing the wrong button. Right, anyways. Oh, hello. Alright, so yeah, it does get more interesting. There's a tits big jet. I don't know how many more continues I got. It's cool, I'm glad they included it. I mean, I should probably talk about it in my overview, but there's some choice games they could have put on in, you know, like, why is Sewer Shark in there? Because I understand why Night Trap is, because it's iconic. I'm not saying it's a good game, but it's iconic. But of all the FMV games, it's like, Sewer Shark, why? Why? I mean, licensing and stuff like that, I don't know. I mean, it's a Sega game, or is it? Because it's obviously FMV and there was a label that made that, but why didn't you put Ground Zero Texas in? My brother had that on his Mega CD back in the day, and even though that's just an FMV light gun game, with, I'd like to say like a shooting game, but you had a crosshair. That was a great game. Hey, check it out, the American footballer monkeys have got smoke bomb teleportation thingies. That's a cool tank. I should save you. They pissed off? Oh, it's so 80s and great, isn't it? Like, why am I don't know, I'm trying to kill him. I don't think you can. Or maybe you can. In fact, he's so difficult to kill. Is bonus points? Yoink. Right. So good! So there's no actual... I don't know. I didn't sit there with the third option, did I? On the option screen long enough to see actual music select thingy. I'd like to listen to all you tunage, if you will. The Ninja Warriors. Right. So yeah, it's a very, very decent port of the arcade. It's clearly the best home port, I would say. Obviously, I'm not going to compare it to the SNES. That's not fair. I do like his funky head thing. Wait. Can I hear a vehicle? I think so. I don't know what's going on. Right. But it's a tank again. Really? It's a decent port, it really is. Like I said, if you like the arcade game, you would like it. But then having said that, no you wouldn't, because you'd have to have lived in Japan. Whoa! It's not the most engaging boss fight, is it? Now that I'm pretty sure... Oh shit! I'm doing damage, but obviously... get on the tank, otherwise you'll get crushed by its tracks, and then jump, I believe, when the gun moves round. Anyway, the Ninja Warriors on the Mega CD, albeit my Megadrive Mini too. Yeah, I really like it. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you played this in the arcade or any of the home ports, or you played it here or had it on your Mega CD back in the day. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.